Barcelona booking a place in the final after a victory against Atleti on aggregate. Remember the first leg, 2-1 at the Vicente Calderón. It looked simple for Barca. Luis Suarez making it 1-0 at the Camp Nou today. However, Atleti rallied. They had a goal disallowed that should have stood. Romero then scored and then missed the penalty. It was an incredible match in which Atleti really threw it away.
Yes, they did. And for all the pressure that Atletico Madrid put on Barcelona in the first half, Barcelona is able to get a goal by Luis Suarez, and then you think everything is fine. And everything was fine for Barcelona until Sergio Roberto gets himself thrown out. That gave life to Atletico Madrid. They came back into the match. The disallowed goal by Antoine Griezmann, wrongly disallowed. That would have made the game 1-1. Kevin Gamero misses a penalty as well. All the opportunities and all the chances for Atletico Madrid to get back into the series, to get back into the match. Atletico Madrid does not take advantage of it, and Barcelona hanging on, and I mean barely hanging on. If this game had gone 5 minutes longer, there's no question that Atletico Madrid would have been able to get a second goal, but they did not. Barcelona goes through. Luis Suarez thrown out. He will not be available for the Copa del Rey final.
But I thought all the decisions went against Barcelona.
Well, this is what they tell you.
I know that they go all over the line the other week, which was clearly over, but the offside's a big decision, isn't it?
Yeah,
most definitely.
I also thought that Torres was brought on for yourself. That could quite easily been a penalty.
Oh, that was soft shot.
But it could quite easily. If that were Barcelona, that would have been given.
What's wrong with them?
Who?
Barcelona.
Well, it's just not. Well, the team has that midfield is chopped and changed, hasn't it, over the piece? So that continuity that they had, particularly in 2015 in the second half of that season, getting to the Champions League final, there was continuity most weeks. They've lost a bit of that. There's been changes in the back. Front line haven't performed to their standards that we normally become accustomed, because that was super high for a long, long period. Neymar, Messi and Suarez. So by their standards, it's not quite at that level. And when you put all that together, then it's been a little bit more tricky for them.
You look at the quality of this midfield, it's so diluted to what we're used from Barcelona.
Yeah, and you look at then the excuses that Barcelona will put forth and say, well, Busquets hasn't been healthy. Iniesta hasn't been healthy. We haven't been able to put our best players out on the field. But that's why you go and get André Gomez, and that's why you go and get players that you think are going to help you. I just don't think that these players have performed to the level that Luis Enrique had expected. And so then you find yourself depending on André Gomez and Denis Suarez, and it's not Iniesta, and it's not Busquets, and it changes the way that the team looks in the midfield. And I think there have been players that have also haven't performed to the level that they have played in the past. He just mentioned the front three. I'll say that Rakitic has had a difficult season. And across the board, it just seems like there's players that have had difficult seasons. The case of Mascherano, who simply seems like he's too old now to get around the field. Piqué has had injuries as well. So Barcelona kind of hanging on, but still good enough to advance in this competition.